Hi, good day, guys. My name is Anton Jeftha, and I'm going to start again. Hi, guys. My name is Anton Jeftha. I play TeeKay on Justice Served. You are watching SA Film Chronicles. Please stay tuned and do watch Justice Served on the 29th of July, only on Netflix.
We're ready.
Your justice belongs to the privileged elite, but we're going to change that.
Hi guys, my name is Eddie from SA Film Chronicles. Thank you very much for joining me. Please can you introduce yourself left to right, your name, your surname, and your character in Justice Served.
Hi, my name is Tiisetso Thoka and I play Sphiwe on Justice Served.
Hi, my name is Bokang Phelane. I play Vanessa on Justice Served.
Hi, my name is Anton Jeftha. I play TeeKay on Justice Served.
Awesome. So now I want to ask, Bokang, what was your reaction when you found out that you got the role?
I literally did a dance. I broke down.
Can you show us?
Well, not for free. I was very excited. I felt very honored from the very beginning. You know, I could see the nature of the story. I felt very honored by, you know, the cast, the incredible cast that I got to work with, the incredible crew that I got to work with. So, and also I felt very excited and honored to be on Netflix, which is really making an investment into the African film industry right now, just showcasing the best. So, yeah, very exciting.
Yeah. Tiisetso?
I had so much chills, man. I didn't believe it. I've been waiting for such a platform for quite some time, so once I got that call, I felt like, my whole world has changed. I've done quite a lot locally, so, as I've been praying and doing all the auditions, around, I've been hoping that I could get something like this, but I was super excited, actually, to tell the truth, and this is one of the best projects yet, so yeah.
Anton?
Yeah, getting the story, reading the story, I was very proud of the scriptwriter firstly, because I was like, damn, this is an authentic story, a beautiful story, we can't do what we do without good writers, and Ty wrote the hell out of this thing. I think it's an awesome story, authentic, and it made me, it re-energized me back into the South African film making, for the film machine, because I was away. I was in LA for 6 years, and it's like when you perform over there, it's like you're trying to tell their stories. You're trying to be more American than they are American. So having to be back home and telling authentic African stories with African filmmakers and crews and cast, it's really special. And then when something is delivered and on this level, it's fantastic. And I can't wait for the world to see it on the 29th of July on Netflix.
You mentioned that, you had a stint in Hollywood. What are some of the lessons that you learned there, and how did you implement them in your character?
Well, I'd been out there for like 6 years. And I learned so many lessons out there. I was you mean for the character?
Your character in Justice Served.
Yeah.
How did you implement the lessons, some of the lessons you learned in Hollywood?
Well, over there, acting it's like when somebody's an actor over there, it's like they tend to singular in on that, and that's all they do. It's like they're in acting class 4 times a week. So I think what LA maybe taught me more than anything is that commitment towards craft. So what I could do was just implement things that I learned in classes out there and bring it into this role. But if I was to keep it completely real, what I learned more than anything was from a local South African teacher over here called Camilla Holden.
The best.
I went to her and so I can't discount. Just because it's Hollywood doesn't mean that it's better than South Africa. I went to her and she was brilliant, and everything a lot that I implemented in this character was from notes that she had given me about him, other than obviously my own research. But credit to her.
Yeah, okay. Your character I found very interesting in a good way. Woman in tech, things like that. I just want you to tell us more about how well do you think the theme of democracy was explored?
With Vanessa in particular, or with
No,
the
just
show?
in general for the story.
I think it was beautifully explored, because I feel like, democracy is this elusive concept that it always looks like the people have a grasp of it. But when you really, really look closely, it doesn't seem like it's the people that have the power to democracy. So without putting too much, on the nose, the theme was really explored, and the most important thing was not just through the stakeholders or the major players in justice, but through the everyday man's journey.
Okay, Tiisetso, I loved your character. It was, very interesting for me, and particularly you've got like this love interest. So I want to know, like, how did you portray, the love interest in your character without physically being in contact, with your lover, because of the distance. Like, how did you go about that?
That's a good question. But I think what I tell you is that was actually one of the hardest things ever. Because now, at some point, what happened is I would ask for her to come to set, so we can just sit, and talk about it, and get that connection to get together. Because most of the time, I'd have certain reactions or certain feels by myself, which they would actually maybe cut away to her, whatever it is, to show how much it relates. But as hard as it was, I actually just had to sit down and reminisce on the character, and the kind of person that she is, and our daughter and stuff like that. But it was not easy at all. Yeah.
Yeah, Anton, previously when I've watched you in other productions, you've had more of a verbal performance. But personally, I feel in Justice Serve, you didn't really have as much of a verbal performance. So was that done intentionally because of your aura? What is that about? Yeah.
I'm not sure if it was intentional, but that's a good observation. It was more of I think TeeKay was more of a physical presence. It was more to assert dominance. It was to bring that element of danger to the story. It also shows you that what you say is not always as much as action. I just think back to movies like Mad Max or films where not much is said, but it's all in the physicality. And I think that was different for me, and it was nicer for me, honestly, because I'm more of the view and of the belief that economy of words is much more important than having to say a ton of dialogue. Because generally I think in person we don't always talk in monologues and then wait and then you talk and, it is more physical. Sometimes we sit in silence, and I think that was nice.
Yeah.
Nice to.
And this is just a general question for anyone. Please just tell us and tell the audience of why is this series so important? Last question. Cool.
Because I feel like it relates to the community in general, to the whole of South Africa and the world as a whole, with what is currently happening politically, socially, whichever way, racially. There's so many different worlds to it. So a lot of people will get to actually resonate with all the different characters as much as they're going to be enjoying the series. So yeah, that's how I feel.
You will choose freedom or death.
I'm innocent! I'm innocent! I'm a hero! No more!